so important and he's still here. I sent your zodiac sign, put it in the chat, guys. Like really okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else, It's only you at the end of the day.
Hey everybody, OMG, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the TRIBETEA segment. Here I'm just going to make sure that everyone can see me because we like to do a good old dual stream over here. Today we are actually live on TikTok. It's been a minute, but TikTok has said that we're done getting our lashings. We're allowed to come back. So hey. Here, let me just get this together, put a thumbnail on here so people know that we're live. I am a little early. I see you guys coming in. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We're good. We're on Twitch. We're good on YouTube. And let's see. What's up? Hey, TikTok. Okay, shout out to Bunny. Make sure you guys double tap the screen. It helps me out a lot. Okay, back to the chat. What's up, guys? Welcome to the TRIBETEA segment. This is a live segment, so I'm going to put the live chat right here. We're on here a little bit early today because the last two streams, I was getting adjusted to my move, and I was coming on a little bit late, and I feel like I wasn't reading as many stories as I would want to. So this stream, we're going to read 4 stories, but they're all going to be kind of lengthy. They're going to be long, okay? 3 of them have receipts. So that's just great in itself. All right. Shout out to all my moderators out there. Hey, Nyala. Hey, girly. Shout out to all of my repeat viewers. I see a lot of you guys in here. A lot of familiar faces. Okay. What's up, Nadera? I almost said Nadra. That's like an older lady name. Excuse me, Nadera. Okay. Shout out to my Nadras out there too. Shout out to Afni, Ryan, Monique. Hey, shout out to AJ up in the chat. This week is going to be so crazy because the first story is called, this is a mouthful, so bear with me. A damn fool and a hometown buffet wedding between Dumb and Dumber receipts included. And this is about somebody, they either got invited to an ex's wedding or they are attending an ex's wedding. All I know is that one of their exes felt the need to invite them to the wedding. And I want to know how you guys feel about that when we get to this story, okay? How do you guys feel about the premise of going to an ex's wedding? If you got invited to your ex's wedding, would you go? Like, let me know, because I never even thought about this even being a thing, because all my relationships kind of ended. My adult relationship ended boo-boo. So, the next one is a 14-year friendship breakup through TikTok Messenger. If that's not dystopian, I don't know what is. Okay, y'all over here breaking up through TikTok. This next one is pretty wild. It's called My Roommate Thinks That They Are a Prophet. When I tell you, I would be breaking that lease yesterday if I was rooming with somebody who over here tweaking, thinking that they seeing the end times and all that crap. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll be scared to go to sleep. And the last story is TRIBETEA, My Acquaintance from Hell. The acquaintance from hell is a little dramatic, don't you think? From hell, though, girl. Let's see. Did I post this? No, here. Let me put on Patreon that we're live. So that everybody knows, because I really didn't, make any post saying that I was going live today. But, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, okay? All right. Make sure you guys have your waters. Y'all said if you go into an ex's wedding, you're ruining it. I just don't see why anybody would want me specifically there. Like, I don't know. I did a lot of my dating in adolescence, so it ended on very immature, weird times. I probably have one ex, now that I think about it, who is somewhat cordial with me, and like we're mutuals on social media, but I think it's because of their sexuality, which is why it's easier for us to, communicate in that way. If he ever got married, I would still be like, why am I invited to this wedding? Like, girl, that's a little weird. It's giving you needed to fill up some chairs. and you're inviting me. It's just odd. Like, and then another part of me is like, I probably would go just for like some food, like some free food, free drink. I don't know. I'm one of those. Ever since I got married and now I know how much goes into a wedding. Yeah, you invite me, I'm going to show up. What? And then I know, like, because y'all know I be having anxiety. I'm anxious depressant, especially around this time of year. You know, my anxiety has been a little, I love going to weddings because I know for a fact there is somebody there way more anxious than I am. And I could just chill for the ride, you know? But when you add in the complication of the ex part, it's just, I don't know. Some people in the chat are saying even being friends with your ex is kind of weird. Like, you don't even need beef or nothing. I agree too, because it's like, so what didn't work? Because if we can't even be friends, if we can't date, like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. I feel like if once you cross a certain line, I've seen you naked. I can't come back from this. Like, it's not gonna work. I don't know. Okay, now here's a different perspective. Sienna in the chat says, I don't know. I mean, my man wants to invite my baby dad to the wedding. Now, that is different. That, in my opinion, is blending families. Okay, so if you have a child from a previous relationship and then you get married to somebody, I don't think it's crazy to invite the baby daddy, especially if you guys are really good co-parents, you know, and it's working, whatever. Some people are really good parents, not good partners. I get it. However, if your baby daddy wants to pull an Austin McBroom, because it's not about you, sir. It's not about you. You could go. You can exit that way. Like, no. Yeah, no, absolutely not. But yeah, let's get into it. We have a lot of receipts. So here, let me just get the first one up. Oh, and if you guys didn't see the last stream, man, we still looking for this cat, bro. If any of y'all have seen this cat, I know this is a very common looking cat, but if any of y'all seen this cat, I feel so bad because I feel like Lil Bruh is gone. Like, nobody is. I feel like Lil Bruh is gone, girl. Like, somebody took him, and I really think it was the old lady. I really do. Because what the hell-y? Okay, just make sure I got my receipts on standby so that we can all see what's going on. All right, the first story. A damn fool and a hometown buffet wedding between Dumb and Dumber. When I tell you I was reading this title backwards, forwards, up and down because I thought she said they had a Jimmy Buffett wedding. It's a buffet wedding. I didn't do a buffet wedding. I had like a little section where you can get like finger foods, but it was mainly like served. Like I paid for people. Well, I paid for catering, and that catering came with servers, and the servers would serve the food to the people, right? Because I didn't want people touching on stuff. Ironically, I had COVID a week before I got married, so I was just like very germ focused and didn't do the buffet wedding. But I've been to a buffet wedding before, and I didn't want to do it because it's like when the food be sitting out, it's specifically the mac and cheese gets like that film over it. Yeah, I didn't like that, girl. I didn't like that. But let's get into it. No, for real, the Jimmy Buffett wedding. I was like, girl, what in the Margaritaville y'all got going on? I'm just imagining like this redneck ass wedding. But let's get into it. You guys make sure you get your waters, your wine, all that stuff. Make sure you guys like the live. If you are on TikTok, make sure you guys double tap the screen. Shout out to Brianna on TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Rudy and AJ in Egypt and Billy the Queen, period. Let's get into it. Hey, Naja and Tribe. Hey, girl. I've been watching for years, and I've never shared a story until I've had one until now. I'm an Aquarius. Shout out to all my Aquarius in the chat. This is going to be a long and painful, hilarious, insane story between myself and my ex-girlfriend after 4 long years of on-again, off-again dating and an ending that will freaking stun you. So I'm going to go by the name Prinny. Girl, we probably ain't going to say your name. Like, I always tell you guys, like, there's no point in really naming yourself. Just give fake names to everybody else. Okay. She's 22 years old, and we're going to call her ex-girlfriend Izzy. Izzy is 22 years old. And her new fiance, Bird, his age is irrelevant. How is it irrelevant? How is his age irrelevant, but y'all age isn't? Okay. Starting from the beginning, my ex-girlfriend and I were born and raised in LA and went to the same school for the majority of our lives and have been friends since we were 6 years old. Oh my God. She's very well educated and comes from an educated background of upwardly. Girl, did you mean uppity? My girl said upwardly. Upwardly mobile black people? In the South, we say uppity. Graduated from high school with a diploma and 2 degrees. Damn. Okay. I started dating my ex in our 8th grade year in school, and that relationship went horribly wrong. She is Mexican and I am black, so we dealt with issues like racism a lot, and she cheated on me with a girl. So I'm confused. So she's Mexican, but she comes from a background of uppity black people in the city? I'm so confused, girl. Is she a black Mexican? And how you come from uppity black people and don't have like pride? Like, it's really rare when you meet an educated black person that comes from other educated black people and you don't have like a sense of pride in your identity, unless you are like a total COON. If you catch my drift, you're going full like, oh, I'm better than these other black people, like, so, and that's what you get what I'm saying. Like, there's usually 2 types. So that's why I'm just a little confused. All right. I'm not, maybe it was autocorrect because I'm a little confused. So Izzy was there for me a lot during that tumultuous point of my life, 8th grade to 11th grade. And one day, after not seeing each other for a while, I invited her to come to my birthday sleepover for my 17th B-Day. And she and I were extremely flirtatious and ended up having our first, I guess, encounter that night. She only dealt with men up to that point and was uncomfortable with her sexuality because her mother is extremely homophobic, which will come up later. Despite this, I was patient with her as the first girl she ever had feelings with, and a few weeks with love. Y'all need to read these over. I'm getting my ass beat right now. With love, y'all need to read these back to y'all self. Like, come on now. Lisa, I think she was talking about upward mobility, like they were able to accumulate wealth and move up. Oh, girl said that they were upwardly mobile black people, if that's the case, and then went on to say that, well, she's Mexican, so she doesn't understand my plight as a black person. So I'm just like, girl, what the hell is going on right now? But I'm going to just leave that. I'm going to just put that in the same category of like things that are irrelevant along with like being 22, because I'm like so confused. I'm ready to get into the good stuff because I'm confused. I'm sorry, friend. So we were sneaking around and no one really knew about our relationship. She took really good care of me because she came from more money than I did. She made me big care packages of all my favorite things and cooked all my favorite meals for me weekly. A true romantic. But that initial period of bliss came to a hard stop. This is right before the COVID shutdown. Her birthday is March 13th, which is a Friday. So that night I slept over at her house, and the next morning I was awakened to a frantic call from my dad and grandma about my mom being arrested. Oh my God. I was shocked out of my mind and had to leave to deal with that. And she was there for me, and her mother even offered to comfort me as well. She really had my back when life was tough, with my mother's arrest, my parents getting messy and getting a divorce, and me just not knowing what I want to do with my life. However, I broke her heart in 2020 because my best friend and I were codependent on each other, and I stopped making time for her. We broke up for the first time, and that fall she went up north near the San Fran area to attend college. I was still in high school and about to graduate, and we ended up rekindling the relationship while she was upstate and I was in LA. We both turned 18 I'm gonna take a pause real quick. I'm gonna take a pause and check in with y'all. So what I'm getting from this already, and I always tell all my little babies out there, I get it. You don't ever want to drag someone out the closet, but you do deserve, every single person deserves to be loved outwardly and openly right? If you got people sneaking and geeking to be around you, we're over here playing house really because she in her mama house cooking you your favorite meals and using her mama and daddy credit card to buy you these care packages. Like, it's still very juvenile, but this is one of those things that I was talking about earlier where, like, there's certain adolescent relationships I wouldn't even consider them being an ex. I don't know if it's because maybe I'm just older now, and being 22, you're closer to childhood than you are adulthood. Like, you have more years on this earth as a teenager and a child than you do as an adult. Maybe that's why. But, like, honestly, I wouldn't even be taken a little bit seriously. And then that whole coming from a bi girl too, because I feel like there's a lot of biphobia in the LGBTQ plus community, and it mainly is because of girls who have this sentiment of, I wasn't gay before, I'm eusexual. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Like, if anybody tells you that they are eusexual, that's a problem. The only time I could really see that being like a reality is if somebody is asexual and like doesn't want anything to do with anybody in that way, but then, you know, they actually find you physically attractive enough to do stuff, or maybe they feel comfortable with you mentally, emotionally, whatever, right? That's the only way I could see it being appropriate for somebody to be like, no, I am eusexual. But this already is just looking like a bad situation to start with, right? So they spent this whole summer, and I got my opinions about people who are in their freshman year of college and they over here still messing with seniors in high school. I was one of them people that got dumped by my older little boyfriend at the time. And looking back, yeah, I was really upset about it in the moment because I was a teenager. But looking back, I'm glad that he did that. Like, I would consider him a loser if he didn't do it. You get what I'm saying? And ironically, that's the one that I was telling y'all about, who we are like cordial mutuals type of thing. Yeah, bro, why is she still messing with you, bro? That's just weird to me. I don't know. It's just weird. And she even said, like, they was sneaking and geeking. She had just turned 18, and she found the person she wanted to be with for the rest of her life. But the summer romance wore out because her mother found out they were dating. She walked in on us while we were on FaceTime, and Izzy was showing me her tatas. She called a freaking house meeting. Literally, I can't make this up. I went to her house and had a sit down, more like an interrogation with her mother, and she flat out told me she didn't like me because I turned her daughter out and was a liar because she thought we were only friends. What a freaking joke. I decided that day I would never set foot in her house again, at least while she was there. And our relationship came even more strained after this confrontation. Baby girl, I know you probably already know this now, but anybody else that is watching this that you may be in a similar situation, or this is sounding familiar, fuck what your parents think about who you're fucking. Like, if you are an adult and you are being intimate with another consensual adult, it's none of their freaking business. You get what I'm saying? Now, the lines get muddy when you don't provide for yourself and your own lifestyle. So if your parents are providing for your lifestyle and you know that they are homophobic and you just need that little, you need that little room and board and shit, yeah, maybe don't be showing your tatas on the phone. Maybe don't be sneaking your girlfriend to live with you under their house. Because even you saying, I never came back to her house, but I still snuck in, that's disrespectful as fuck. Like, if you want to be grown, but you got to be able to take care of yourself and your own lifestyle. Like, bruh, I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what y'all think. But that's me. That's how I feel about it. So it's now fall 2021, and we're trying to get back to a sense of normalcy. She and I are still hanging out, but the romance felt damn near gone, and the stress of not having a job was getting to me. I was irritated in my own life, and she was unhappy due to her and her mom constantly arguing. So mid-October, she broke up with me, and it completely destroyed me. I was still so attached to her and wanted her more than anything in the world and felt abandoned. But here's the kicker. We're both starting a new job together at the same place. So here I am, heartbroken as hell, and then I have to see her work every weekend. I couldn't help but feel lonely. My best friend moved states the fall prior. I wasn't in the headspace to be around family. Even though she was the person that broke up, I still ran to her. I was still hooking up with her every time she saw me after the breakup. Oh my gosh. Not to be dramatic, but every time I slept with her, I felt something happening to me. Girl, see, not to get too scientific, but there was something happening to you. It's called the freaking chemical reaction in your brain. Your brain is still freaking developing, and you've been having consistent physical intimacy with this same person since you were underage. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens, girl. That's just what happens. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyways, we start work and I notice she's getting very close with a female coworker, more than friendly. For context, Izzy is not a friendly person to new people, so this caught my attention. She slowly but surely stopped seeing me, answering the phone or texting back, and I watched her fall in love with that other girl right in my face. I didn't really make friends at that job because of how depressed and standoffish I was due to the breakup. Meanwhile, she was the social butterfly. She ended up getting into an accident. Oh my God. And called me when she needed a referral for a lawyer. My mom knew and then went back to ignoring me. See, and that's one of those things where I'm saying why I don't consider some things relationships or not. Like, I feel like you guys didn't really start having an actual relationship until you were forced to go in the workforce. And look what happened. Y'all both felt the pressure. You had to go to work. She had to go to work. Bills need to be paid. Like, we're no longer living off mommy and daddy. And things got tough. And then she realized she's not eusexual. There's other people in the world. So then she started talking to other people. But in a real relationship, bro, you get into a car accident or something, you need a lawyer. Yeah, you hit people up because didn't y'all end on okay terms? You know, I don't know. That's just me. So I randomly ended up calling her and having a mental breakdown, girl. And she came over and we ended up sleeping together. No, for real. She should have called Morgan and Morgan. You over here calling me, girl. She talking about it was just a very passionate hookup. And it's just like too much, basically. It's just too much. It's too much. She talking about she was down bad. This is important to the story. I ended up gaining like 40 to 50 pounds. Damn. Oh, during COVID. Yeah, a lot of people did. And I was extremely uncomfortable in my new body. And I voiced it to her often. I felt very unattractive because I've always been slim. And she was curvy. So she didn't understand my body image problems. And I would even try to like hide myself when I was hooking up. But fast forward to December of 2021, my entire household, including myself, caught COVID. And I told her, I also have to take off from work. So I'm just really isolated. And she didn't check on me, not one time. All right, I'm going to check in again with y'all. You said you're an Aquarius? Girl, I know you got it in you. You need to go get laid by somebody else ASAP. And I know this is old, so I'm hoping that you've you need to go get laid by somebody else ASAP because you're not wrong. Like your brain chemistry, you think that is like the bee's knees. You need somebody else, girl. You need somebody else. Because there's no way. Because I'm telling you, if every time old girl was hooking up with you and it was fireworks and unicorns and galaxies and shit, she would not be trying to talk to other people at the job. She would stay with you, rebel against her family, and make that shit work with you. You know, Izzy is for the streets. That's how I feel too. The down bad was down badding. I feel you. Just down bad. So then she tells her, don't date somebody we both work with. And she promised she won't. You know that girl ain't about to have no loyalty to you. She is for the streets, for real. Like, what? No, for real. Usually Aquarius are very detached. It seems like I wouldn't be surprised if people were wanting you while you were chasing her and you're just like tunnel vision. Because what? My birthday dinner comes up. Oh, Lord, here we go. It's always happening on the damn birthday dinner. My family is there and my ex shows up with the coworker. My lesbian girlies. My WLWs. Cut the ex off. Why do y'all have to have the ex in your current life? Like, why is that the MO for y'all? Somebody in my comments said that it's because the gay pool isn't that big. So if you're in a certain city, you'll end up dating the same people. I call cap. We're in the age of social media. Like, you can get you a long distance bookie. You could take a trip just to see them and smack. Like, I just don't understand why y'all all got to. You could have saved yourself so much hurt, is all I'm saying. You could have saved yourself so much hurt and so much drama. Girl. At the birthday dinner, bro. My cousins asked if they wanted me to drag them, and I said no. I still loved her. Oh my gosh. I paid her dust until I got a call from her right before her birthday, 2 weeks later, and she admits that she's now dating that coworker after some probing, and I just go numb. We don't talk for weeks until she showed up at my house and tells me she's unhappy with her new relationship and is actually a side piece. Whoa. So she is a side piece to the girl that they both work with. Wow. And she asked me, and I quote, "Show up for me as a friend and not an ex. Please don't judge me." Bitch, you didn't show up for me as a fucking friend when you brought that bitch to my birthday dinner, and you should have let your cousin drag her ass, honestly. What? And then they end up hooking up again. Summer of 2022 happens again, and the girl ends up leaving her. So she stayed with old girl even though she knew she was a side chick. July comes around, and I end up being hospitalized. Oh my God. With diabetes. Girl, that is serious. Oh my gosh. An 800 blood sugar level. My mom practically had to get in her ass to visit me. She comes, and when I get out after a few days, she checks in and says it hurts her to see me hooked up with IVs and all this shit. Man. No, for real. At first, my first thought was, Mama, you need to mind your business. Like, don't tell that bitch to come and see me. But realistically, she called you when she needed a lawyer in that accident. That was serious. And this is serious. So, hello? So we don't speak for the entire fall of 2022 and winter of 2023. Damn. Because of a blow-up argument. During this time, I spin the block on my ex. How did you have time to have an ex? You were talking to this girl. How do you have when did this happen? I spin the block on my ex before her. So this is somebody you was with when you were what, like 15, dude? But she's in my head about to get into a relationship, and I told her that I know Izzy will eventually come back into my life and I won't be able to resist her. I cut it off with her and told her that she's not going to get what she's looking for from me. You need to let Izzy go, girl. Izzy then FaceTimes me one day and we start talking again. And in March, we pretty much were attached to each other long distance all the way until June when she came down for school, and we stayed attached all the way until August. However, we're having some issues because she would get mad about me teaching myself to edit my cousin's YouTube channel. We were starting up and studying for my real estate exams and just not giving her enough attention. And she always complained about not feeling like I was putting her first. Were you guys dating? I thought y'all were just on good terms. Now we're doing this? Izzy goes back to school from September to July of the next year. Everything changed. So now we're in 2024. I'm confused because she called me one day and said she now has a sexual boundary up with me and that I'm not allowed to be intimate with her anymore. I asked her why, and she said because she isn't happy in life and going through stress at school, and now she's back with her mother and losing friends, and she confessed needing to go to therapy. It broke my heart, and that led to plenty of fights, but I took her mental health seriously and just let it be. So in June, she finally graduated with her degree in animal science. Girl, I thought that said with her degree in Animal Crossing. I was about to die. I text her congrats, even though we're not speaking. And we get on an hour-long call and talk about her future and her goals. She says she's not making no plans for a relationship, but she's planning to either go to the army or figuring something out in veterinary care. That's what's up. I was proud of her, and she was coming to LA for the summer due to her losing student housing now that she's a graduate. And when she comes down, it's nothing. No excitement towards me, no attraction, no flirtation, nothing. I was shocked because this is the first summer we weren't hooking up wild and crazy. But like I said, her mental health mattered, so I don't push the issue. It's giving that it's getting old, girl. Like, it's getting old. It's getting tiring. Like, nobody wants to keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like whenever people say this over and over again, I just feel like when people say they are eusexual, I just don't believe them. Because it's like, bro, what's it really about? Like, there's no way. Here, let me find this thing just like reset. Let me pull this back up. But yeah, there's no way. It's giving one person is more infatuated than the other. Okay, here, let me find my spot. My coat, my pop. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is a book, girl. Where are we at? Okay, she finally graduates. Boom. We talk for an hour, no flirtation, no nothing. So July of 2024, I go on a life-changing date with another girl, and we're going to call her Tamia. Tamia and I go out, and I'm immediately head over heels for her. Then one day she told me she felt I wanted something serious, and she did it, and it broke me. In August, I ended up seeing her at an event, and she basically treated me like a stranger, and I ended up having a panic attack. Oh my gosh. And guess who I called to cry on the phone? Izzy. Fuck Izzy, bro. Like, fuck that bitch. You really need, I don't know if you have any, or if they're just hard to find. You need some gay friends. Just friends that are completely platonic. Is that possible in the community to have platonic friends? Because I feel like you keep calling Izzy because Izzy, you have a trauma bond there. She's what you know. Like, you need to let it go. This is somebody who's knocking on 30, telling you 23. Again, I don't know where this story goes. But if somebody out there is dealing with this type of stuff, you do not want to be that person comparing your adult relationships based off of some shit that went down in high school. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot every time. Every time. You really don't want to do it. Because, girl, why are we calling Izzy? So she talking about she don't understand how people keep leaving her. Girl, you talking to somebody that left you in the dust for that. I basically say, let's be friends again. We're always fighting, but I just need someone to talk to. She agrees, but then she ghosted me, at the end of September. At the beginning of September. And on September 7th, I'm getting ready to go to Malibu with my cousin, and I get a call from Izzy's number. I pick up, and I'm joking with her about disappearing, and there's silence on the other end. I'm getting worried that something's wrong, and then a voice from a girl asks who I am. I start getting very defensive, and we have a little back and forth until she reveals she is her girlfriend and about to be fiance. Insert character fiance. We're going to call her Bird. See, this is the type of shit that would make me want to fight. This is the type of thing that would make me actually want to throw hands. Because you mean to tell me, I thought that she was going to end up getting married to a man, right? And was going to be like, oh, this is just a phase or whatever. No. You actually do like women. You actually want to be with a woman. You just don't want to be with that woman. And you're willing to say F you to your family about this woman and not me. Oh, that would have set me up one. That would have blew me. Like, that right there would have just made me not want to fuck with old girl at all. Like, no. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, that was Daniel. He don't know I went live early. But, yeah. That's all I would have needed to hear. All I would have had to hear is a girl's voice. I'm the fiance. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not talking to her anymore. You don't got to worry about me. You do not have to worry about me at all. None. Bye. No, I would have crashed out. I would have definitely crashed out. And shout out to everybody that just got here. What's up? What's up? Yeah, that would have been it for me. She says they're planning their wedding for 2025, and by 2027, they're planning to have babies together. Not the Damo and Chrissy. Oh my God. She also says, do you have anything else you want to say? Because this is the last time you will have contact with her. Excuse you, ma'am. Oh, wow. I hung up right in her face, period. I go to the beach for a few hours and call Izzy as soon as I got home that night. This bitch is delusional. She thought I was getting with her program and wanted to get with the bottom of the fuckery. I'm sorry, friend, but in that moment, you were delusional. Like, that would have been everything that I needed to see. That would have been it. I would not have called back. If you wanted to be rah-rah, ooh-doo-ooh, you should have did that on the phone with her. Even then, I don't feel like that's just. I would have cussed Izzy out on the phone. I've been like, oh, so now you want to do, oh, so it was just me, huh? It was just me. Wow. Boom. I wouldn't even have, because what do you mean? So Izzy confirms everything Bird says, and Bird walks in on the convo and tells Izzy to say good riddance to me. Izzy repeats that to me, and I cry and hang up and run to my mom. I blocked her after requesting and receiving my $50 on Cash App that I just sent her a few weeks prior. I unknowingly paid for them hoes date night. Oh my God. I realized she weaponized her mental health against me when all she had to say was, I'm in another relationship. And I know she started talking to that bitch when it started getting quiet on the summers and she stopped smashing you, because I'm sure she was getting her fix from old girl. Wow. Now I understand that I should have been left her alone. But the story only gets worse. So those calls happened September 7th. Fast forward to September 21st. Me and that same cousin are getting ready to go to a concert when I get a text from a random number saying, this is Izzy's girl. I'm in LA. What's up? Bitch, I would have sicked my cousins on her. What? Bitch, I must have busted out laughing. My cousin and I were like, imagine going to someone's home city where they're from, where they people's at, and you think you about to, yeah, no. We enjoyed our night, and I unblocked my ex, and I text her, tell your bitch to leave me the fuck alone, period. Then I blocked her again. The next morning, I wake to text messages from another unsaved number. Please see attached. She proceeded to threaten my house. So we got the receipts. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all double tap if you're on TikTok. Okay. Let's look at this. Hold on. She sent this to her. This is on the thumbnail. This bitch is wildin'. Here, I'll put y'all chat up too. She's happy you're disliked and unwanted. For your own sake, please move on and leave my betrothed be. As long as I shall live, which will be longer than any bitch she's ever been able to survive in your care. You're a plague for animals. Get another one, and I'm calling animal control on your ass. And hey, maybe they'll pick you up too and put you out of your misery. I know it says something, but a pin was dropped, so it picks up whatever. And showing their location. Oh, this is when you get beat up. This is when you really do get beat up. And honestly, and I know this may be immature, Izzy getting them hands too. Everybody getting rocked about this shit. Fuck it. Cause now you sending my addy? You sending my address? She did eat that little thing right there though, and she was like, "You get another animal, I'm calling animal control, and they might pick your ass up too." She ate a little bit with that, but this is big loser activity. No, for real. Like, you over here, like, what? Tripping. Here's the other one. So you responded, haha, I don't know. So she posted, is that the girl's address? She just drove by. I'll be back. She drove by your house? Oh my God, girl. Did she drive by for real, girl? That's crazy. There's more after this? What more can you do? No, for real, bro. At this point, yo mama need to fight Izzy mama. Yo cousins needs to fight the new bitch. And then you need to beat Izzy ass to be fair, square, and even, right? Because what the fuck? So she blocked me on all socials, and I went into another depression. I was so exhausted, and I ended up starting therapy. That's good. And receiving some much needed help. It was 3 long years of agony and emotional abuse that I endured from ages 18 to 21. All I saw was her, and I don't want or see anyone else. Yeah, it's just a lot of like hormones and emotions and all that when you're in those ages and you're having sex and you're doing all this stuff. Like, it's a lot going on neurologically. Because, and I feel like you're going to look back at this when you're a little bit older and be like, damn, that bitch really rocked my world. I'm so glad I'm on the other side of that. But a lot of this could have been avoided by establishing boundaries in the beginning. As simple as, will you be my girlfriend? Establish that boundary. We are in a relationship. Because there were times in this where it wasn't very solidified where you guys were. It was more so like every summer, I know I could get some ass from this one girl, you know, like it was never really. And then you know how girls can be. They could be very flippant. They could be very fickle. It could just be a little fun thing for them, right? So anybody out there that's, you know, sees this going on, just make sure you establish what you are, because it will help a lot. And telling yourself like, okay, do I have sex with my friends? No. Okay, well, we're friends right now, so let's not do that. Oh, you want to hook up? Well, now we need to establish that we're in a relationship, and that comes with other boundaries, i.e. don't hook up with other bitches, you know? So now the reason this is called Hometown Buffet Wedding, I am well aware of how cheap my ex is, and her insignificant ass relationship is of the same value as well. So they give me hometown buffet parking lot wedding teas. Maybe even a nasty Jack in the Box parking lot wedding if they want a jumbo Jack special. Damn, girl. There are 2 birds who deserve each other. I'm healing every single day from this mess, and I got a new job making more money, a new car, and I'm making music as an Afrobeats artist. T. I also lost that COVID weight. Okay. Ass poking. Okay. And I'm single and not dating because I'm not really ready. And that's okay. Honestly, like good relationships just pop out of nowhere when you're not even expecting it. And you want to meet somebody that's on your level. You know, it didn't seem like old girl was ever really on your level. It just seemed like convenience. Like she was just always there. And especially in like gay young relationships, there aren't a lot of people to choose from in a pool. So I always tell young people, like, be wary. Like that gay boy, that gay girl you meet in high school is not going to be the love of your damn life, girl. Like, you know, But yeah, she says she left them hoes on the playground where they belong. Period. Bye, Naja and Try. Bye, girl. Thanks for sending that in. She sent a picture of herself. Hold on, I'm about to look at it. I gotta bring my little sketchbook in here next week to show you guys, because I used to do little sketches and stuff. Oh, and she said, P.S. the ex is still watching her through her best friend's TikTok account. Such a pendeja. Oh gosh, girl. This is you? Is this you or is this her? Whoever it is, I like the nails. Oh, this is you. Okay. Yeah, I like your nails. Yeah, girl, you're eating the girls up. Like, fuck that bitch. Eating them up, eating them up, eating them up, serving them up. I love the different colors. You're pulling off tons of hair colors. Like, what? Even the blonde. You pulling off the blonde, girl. Yeah, fuck that bitch. And honestly, mark my words, I don't even think she's getting married. I don't think she's getting married. I feel like she's lying to this other gay girl. You know that girl better than that girl knows that girl. You know that Izzy ain't about shit. She is scary as hell. She's scary. She ain't about to do that. You know how because I'm telling you, if she was going to do that, she would have declared her love for you, said, fuck my family, we're going to do this, we're going to try this. But the whole time, her family was the problem. Oh, no, I'm going against my mom, my relationship with my mom. Like, oh, no, I need the money financially to put myself through school, all this stuff, right? This gay girl come in and, oh, we're getting married. In front of who? Yo mama and yo homophobic ass mama? Like, yeah, nah, you know her better than the new girl does. And the new girl's going to find out just how she gets down. Because that whole no boundaries, no title shit, it's going to come up. Because why are you, Izzy knows that new bitch she's with is territorial. Why are you calling your ex? Like, I just don't foresee it working out. I really don't. I don't. It's just giving... And that shit happens even in like straight couples. Like some people will see that someone else is getting married and they'll just throw out an engagement. Oh, we're engaged. We've been engaged for 15 years now. Like that shit's not going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's trouble in paradise and that's why she's creeping on you from her friend's account. You talking about at most they get in that common law, right? Like... But I'm glad that you're in therapy, you're getting help, you're doing the work. I'm glad that you're excelling. Because that's another thing people do. People like to look at marriage or engagement as like a excelling milestone. Like, oh, okay. Some people do that with babies too. Like, I don't got shit going on for myself. Let's add a milestone. I haven't done shit since I graduated. Let's do that. You know? Yes, follow the leader assholes to the T. Like, because, like, you don't really love this girl like that. Because if you did, you would have heard about it. Like, if Izzy really loved that girl like that, she would have told you. She would have been like, hey, like, this girl is just, man, she's rocking my world. Like, I don't know. This might be the one. Like, you would have heard about her. The fact that she doing this little sneaky shit lets me know that Izzy was trying to keep her options open. And that other bitch is a little more territorial than, and was like, nah, dead that shit. I don't think they get married. I don't. I really don't. But thank you so much for sending in that story. I know you're not alone because this is the era where people are starting to pick, the pick-me's, they getting picked now. So now we're settling down. We're getting married. You're getting invited to weddings. People are having babies, but still want to have one foot in the past. So I know that your story is not uncommon and you're going to help a lot of people out. And the fact that you're in therapy speaks volumes too, that you just want the best for yourself. You're excelling, you're elevating. And we are so proud of you, girl, that you left Izzy's dizzy ass alone, okay? But all right, y'all, we're about to get to story number 2. This one also has some receipts. Make sure that you guys are liking the stream if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you are on TikTok, make sure that you double tap the screen. I see you guys. Damn, we got more viewers on TikTok than we do on YouTube. What's up, y'all? That's crazy. That's a first. Shout out to y'all. He's talking about the pick-me's getting picked. No, for real. Like, this is the era when the pick-me's get picked. When Uncle Ernest settled down with Auntie Monique, and you know, they finally get married with the here damn ring. You get what I'm saying? It's that season. But you know what? Auntie Monique thinks she's the baddest bitch in the world, and she thinks she's better than everybody else and won't let you hear the end of it. Like, it is that season, okay? But yeah, let's get into story number 2. My 14-year friendship breakup that happened through TikTok Messenger. Hey, TikTok. Right, we can't have TikTok outdoing us. I feel like it's my bad, though, for not promoting it more on YouTube, that I was going live today. TikTok's live is actually very organic. So I know, like, I'm popping up on multiple people's For You page that don't know me from a can of paint. But every once in a while, I catch somebody that has known me from back in the day. What's up? But that's pretty much how it go. Yeah, we got like 200, a little short of 200 people in here. And on TikTok, we have 390 people. So, all right, let's get into this next story. The 14-year friendship breakup through TikTok messages. And there's tons of freaking receipts. So let me get receipt number 1 pulled up already. Like, girl, you got books on books on books of receipts. Okay. 14-year friendship breakup through TikTok. So, it's been a minute, but I was watching a live recently and I decided to write something in. It reminded me of a 14-year friendship that was ended this year. Damn. Before I get started, I just want to say congrats to you and Daniel on your new house. Thank you so much. You deserve it all and nothing less. I've been watching you since 2016, which is almost 10 years. It's diabolical putting it into words. I know, like, very seasoned. Very seasoned. You've helped me get through so much in life. Little do you know. I'm so glad that I can help you, bruh. Like, for real. And I see your name. I have seen you writing before. So I just appreciate you contributing to the segment as well. So for this story, we're going to call the other person. I'm going to just call them B, because I know that I just know somebody with this name. So we're just going to call them B, okay? We're going to call the person in the story B. B is 26. And an August Leo. Shout out to all my Leos in the chat. I am 26 and a July Cancer, Gemini rising, and Taurus moon. Shout out to all my Cancers, Geminis, and Taurus. Make sure you guys drop your sign in the chat. So, to sum up our friendship over the last 14 years, that is a long time. B and I met in the 6th grade when I moved from the Midwest to the East Coast. She was actually the very first friend I made at my school. Through middle and high school, we always had a friendship, but I wouldn't say we were like best friends. After we graduated in 2017 is when we got really close. In 2018, she started going back and forth between our city and another 3 hours away. We'd mostly just check in here and there, but whenever she came back into town, we would hang out, and it felt like no time had passed. That's the thing about our friendship. It's always been super lax. And that never was an issue. We can go weeks or even months without talking and just pick up like nothing changed. But this year, that did change. In December of 2024, I texted her to just check in like usual, and I got no reply. I tried again, and suddenly my blue text turned green. Oh my God. So I messaged her on TikTok to see if she had a new number, and that is when this conversation happened. Oh no, girl. Oh, that's big. That's big. That's big. What does this mean? I didn't give it to you. We're just hopping right in the middle. I didn't give it to you. I'm guessing another number. When you had my other number, we didn't text. It was through social media, and I didn't want my number just out there. Girl, I've known you since Pampers, talking about you don't want me to have your number. I just didn't want my number floating around for anybody that didn't utilize it. Interesting. I don't have social media anymore except for TikTok. So, and to say that to me of all people is wild. Is it? I'm looking at our messages and we text once a month, 3 times on a good month. Some months there's no conversation whatsoever for months. And even on Snapchat, we didn't really retain a steady convo. My own blood sister doesn't even have my number. Girl, I'm gonna read the rest of this. It's a two-way street, but I got you, no worries. Honestly, bro, at your big age, like when you get older, how old did you say she was? Y'all are both 26 years old. There comes a point in adulthood where hanging out and texting, I just text my homegirl like before the stream started for the first time in maybe like a month or two. She just had 2 kids under 2. I'm not expecting like this consistent shit from her. You get, because I understand like as an adult, when you take different paths, it's all about fitting someone into your schedule, right? And yeah, I can't reply to her text right now because I'm live streaming, but I made sure to, you know, hey, how are you doing? What's up with you? How's the kids? What we at? Blah, blah, blah. Like talking about our workout routines, like just check in, you know? I'm not expecting that check-in to happen like it would if we were still in high school, because now we have more responsibilities. And to be frank, I wouldn't want to be cool with no loser ass bitch that don't got certain you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be around somebody that has nothing to do but hang out, text, scroll on a phone, you know? Like, so I don't know. It sounds like she's probably going through a phase of realizing that the people around her are at different points. Like when you're 26, some people got kids, some people are married, some people have neither, but they're traveling. Some people are going like they're round 3, 4 in school. Some people are just now starting school. Some people are buying properties. Some people are starting a trade. Like, not everybody's on the same spot. So in my book, if somebody hits you up at least once a month, that means they give a fuck. That's just me. That means they give a fuck. Like, what, girl? Like, damn, you just want me to be down bad, huh? So me and my friends still involved in school and life outside would talk every couple of months. People got to understand. Oh, really? You said as an August Leo, I can't relate to this behavior. Look, what did she say she was? Yeah, she's an August Leo. I'm sorry, but with love, y'all do, the August Leos, y'all kind of do think that it's y'all planet and it's y'all world. Like, with love, I think it's very charming. But when you're on the other side of it, it's like, all right, baby, reality check. Reality check. Like, come on now. No, ma'am. He said, at 24 with a 2-year-old, I hate texting. I always try to check in when I can. I'm not mad if you can't get back. No, for real. That same homegirl I was talking about, ever since she's had her second baby, we be doing like voice memos because I get it. Like, it's too much. And I genuinely will look at a text like on my phone and put my phone down because I just don't have the, you know, maybe when I was younger, I would text, but She said, no worries. Somebody reached out, double or triple texted, and I've communicated to you multiple times that I don't like how we don't speak. But our last convo, you never answered me. Okay, and how about all the ones before that? I'm literally always double or triple texting you. I'm looking at our convo now, and I'm genuinely confused because I have always double and triple text you as well. Girl, at this point, I don't want to text nobody because what are you talking about, bro? Can't even send you screenshots, but I'm looking right at it. So like I said, it's a two-way street. I try and text you. Oh my God, girl, where's my water? This is too much. This is too much. I tried and text you the other day to check in and make sure you're doing okay, and it's been 2 months without hearing from you. That just genuinely hurt my feelings. We've always texted each other sporadically for years, and yes, you said that you hate that we don't talk as much, but has anything ever changed? On both ends, no, it hasn't. But I've never in my life taken it to heart because I know that you're busy. I just have no words. Where haven't you heard from me for 2 months if we spoke in October? I see I did not respond, but be honest. It's more you than me, and I've been snapping you since November 30th. You didn't say a word about deleting anything, taking a break. What, like, girl, you sound tiring, bro. Like, the way that I would just clock out, and you know, that's probably my problem because I just don't have the energy for that shit, bro. Like, I'll just like, bro, you win. I don't even want to talk to you no more. Like, you got it, bro. You definitely got it. Is this the same one? What is that, number 4? There's like 5 screenshots, girl. So what is this one? Is this one it? Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. Like, y'all can't get on the phone? You don't get back to me until the 14th. I felt the type of way. I've been communicating when you asking to see you, and you always say you busy. I even went as far as commenting on how I asked to see you. You say you're busy, but you find a way to make time for the boy. Ooh, and be in Florida every week. And your excuse was, he's not just some boy. He's my boyfriend. Do you know how that made me feel? I want you to find the love of your life and be happy. Genuinely, I do. You know I do. But imagine how it felt trying to figure out how I can spend more time with you, and this boy gets your time and attention immediately, and he hasn't even known you a quarter of the time that we've known each other. That's mad crazy. I'm not trying to put the blame game on anyone, but we have to be realistic here. I don't know, friend. Are you choosing the boy? Are you making more time for the boy than your friend? I don't know, because that's tea. That's tea for me. Are you doing that? It's not tick for tack with you and me. We both don't respond in an adequate amount of time. I deleted it because I'm tired of social media and I don't see a need to notify everybody that I was deactivating. Just like you didn't see a need to tell people you changed your number. I can't even tell you how many times you've been in whatever and haven't hit me to see that what I'm doing or if I'm free. You work weekends and I don't. You have never given me availability for me to see you. What is that, friend? What you blurring out right there? It seems like there's been a problem for you, but I was never communicated until you decide to not give your number out to someone you've known for a decade. Sounds like the blame is being put on me when you're equally at fault. She said, honestly, blank just makes me sad. I have all this love for you, and this seems like this been brewing for a minute. I love you, but I don't want to keep going back and forth. There was a lot of miscommunication on top of no communication, and that's that. Girl. Oh, my God. This is so exhausting. You deleted your socials way before I changed my number. I literally changed my number December. At this point, I don't care. I've done this dance with you already. I'm not doing it again. I wish you the best of luck in life. Also, I was at work when I was in the middle of responding. I'm now seeing your message. No, this has not been brewing for a while because, again, as soon as I felt away, I said something, and that was months ago. And based on your response about it now, it's whatever. I still love and care for you, but I'm not going to stress myself out about it. I genuinely wish you the best with whatever and everything else in your life. Happy New Year and God bless. Ooh, girl. And what'd you say? You stay blurring out your part, friend. LOL, you cut me off. It's crazy. Everything you complained about, you have done to me as well. But best of luck to you. I'm not doing this dance either. All right, one more receipt. The last receipt. Ooh, girl. You were once my neighbor for 2 years, and I saw you, maybe 2 or 3 times? LMAO, I deleted my socials after Thanksgiving, so way before it's a stretch. I'm actually pissed off. For years, it's all love when we see each other after X amount of time. Now it's this. Cool, got it. You really need to reflect on your end of things as well. My relationship with my BF shouldn't even be compared to my relationship with you. 2 separate things. My consistency hasn't changed since being in a relationship. It's actually been the same for all these years, so it's what it is. And you can feel how you feel. When you needed me and actually reached out, I was there for you, vice versa. If you wanted to talk to me more, I would think I'd see more effort coming from your end too. But look at your messages. I don't see it at all. Snapchat was a miss. Blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I don't think anyone's at fault. I just feel like you both just don't have time for each other if that's not evident enough. I feel like you're both frustrated with the reality of growing pains and not being right next to each other the way you did when you were younger. I feel bad for you guys because this could have been something. I mean, it still can be. It still can be. As long as you dead this shit right now and don't hurl out any insults, anything nasty, I could see you guys picking up later in life, maybe in your 30s, late 30s, early 40s, whatever. Like, I don't think that, you know, this is as bad. Like, I don't know, money's been lost. Your name's good. Like, nobody's been violated. Nobody went to jail. Like, you know, like, I don't think it's that deep. Now, y'all are mentioning in the chat, I don't know what the hell you scribbled out. I don't know what you was scribbling out. But T, because what the hell? I'm looking at these pictures of y'all. Y'all look very close. Y'all look very, very close. But yeah, I don't even know who to even say is at fault for that. I was talking about it's giving secret lovers. Jesus. So just a few things I want to point out in the message. One, B had mentioned I never made time to see her. I can name several times she came to our city to see her fam, and I reached out after working 10 hours and school for 4. I also drove 3 hours away to her apartment in a blizzard. I even requested Monday off to go see her. She never came out her way to see me ever. 2, she mentioned I spend every weekend in Florida to see my boyfriend, but I wouldn't make time for her, which is a bit dramatic. I went to Florida once a month, maybe twice a month if I was able to. For those in long distance relationships, if you know, you know. But also, why are you comparing a romantic relationship to a platonic relationship? That honestly baffles me, especially at our grown age of 25 at the time, and I'd been single for 5 years before this ordeal, and the effort we both put into our friendship has been the same, like, consistently, whether I've been single or not. So I will add this in. I personally feel like relationships are relationships regardless if they're platonic, romantic, familiar, whatever. Like, I don't think that you should be giving a man more effort just because he's a man. You get what I'm saying? I feel like it does go both ways. The same way you have the capability to go out and plan these things with the man or whatever, you can have the same capability with your friends. However, in your specific case, you have a friend that is just as fickle as you and just as bad at scheduling as you. The man has the encouragement that he's going to get laid, right? So he's going to, okay, we need to be here at what date, at what time, at what, right? But if you're not, it's just not going to work. I just don't see this working. I just don't see this working, bro. Like, I would have, like, that was a tiring read. Side notes, I've been friends with my boyfriend for roughly 6 years prior to us starting our relationship, and I was introduced to him by my mother. Oh, okay. That's cute. And I feel like she was just downplaying who he is to me. No, I feel like she's just like, damn, you doing all this for a man, but you can't do this for me. And that's why people in the chat were saying secret lovers, because it's like, damn, girl, you doing all this for him, you can't do this for me. But I get it. If you're not a person that already reciprocates this shit, it doesn't matter how many times I invite you anywhere, it doesn't matter how many times I text you, it doesn't matter, you get what I'm saying? You're not reciprocating. So what are we doing? Why are you parked in front of my house? What? Okay, thank you. I'm like, can you not? Why are you parked in front of my I'm sorry, y'all. That just blew me because I'm expecting Daniel to be there and somebody needed my driveway to like do a little 3-point turn. I'm like, bitch, get off my driveway. Anyway, reflecting on everything a year later, this entire thing seems very childish for our age. Yes, it is. If you're trying to get a hold of me and send me a Snapchat, then a DM on IG, then TikTok, wouldn't the next step be to text? Text should be the first step. You would think so. There was wrong on both ends as far as communication goes. We haven't talked since December 2024, and that's how the story ends. It's really sad that a phone call or FaceTime could have prevented this. If she was really feeling a type of way, she definitely knows my number. Well, she said that she told you. She said y'all had a conversation about it, and nothing came of it. She's like, this didn't brew up out of nowhere. I did tell you. But I could see both sides in the sense where it's like, okay, you can point out I have this problem, but you have the same problem. And it's low key making it hard for when I do try because you're not reciprocating, right? So, for a friendship that is so low maintenance, for almost 3/4 of the time I've known her, I definitely am at a loss for words. We've left each other undelivered more times than I can count. We both remain low maintenance, and in my opinion, it takes work to make low maintenance friendships into a more high maintenance friendship. The work is required from both sides. That is true. Because if I'm over here texting you or wanting to FaceTime you and be like, hey girl, Love After Lockup is on, I'm trying to FaceTime you, and you constantly every fucking Friday when I want to watch Love After Lockup with your ass and kiki on the phone and, you know, be girls and be dumb, you always got something to do. You're always blowing me off. You never want to do it right. I'm gonna stop hitting you up because that's what I do with my high maintenance friends or whatever you want to call them. I consider myself a low maintenance friend, but I just feel like that happens when you get into adulthood. Everybody becomes low maintenance friends, and then capitalism comes involved, which makes it really hard to go to third spaces because the nuclear family is centered around kids, mama in the house, consume with kids, dad's going to work. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's rigged against us, right? But if you're not trying to show me that you want to be that close, yeah, it's not going to work. But they said sorry for the book that they sent in. I'm seeing some of you guys say some stuff in the comments, so let's see what you think. Somebody said, where can we send in stories? Send it to TRIBETEA@shopvoodoochild.com in an email and make sure your stuff is censored, okay? Jay says, I feel like she didn't want to be friends and use this as a reason, knowing it wasn't really how she painted it to be. I get that vibe too. I said that in another story where some people just want to move on from being your sidekick. You've known them since 6th grade. They just want to grow up and move on from the communication and go and do their own thing. And this was just the way that they did it. I wish it could have, not been so spicy because I really feel like you guys could have picked up later in life and worked this out. If not still, Ren says, I had a friend that I had a weird falling out with like this. She neglected me in a time of need though. August Leo. Yeah, that'll do it. Like when you have a big life event and nobody shows up or that one person you thought was going to have your back doesn't, like you can't come back from that. Let's see. You said this is a bad look for the August Leos. Man. Almost July. My uncle is an August Leo. He's a pretty cool dude, but like he does have that trait where it's like the month of August is his birthday month. Like that's the season of my uncle. Like he is very it's very funny to see. Yeah, he's early August as well. Technically he's mid-August. Liv says, I think Leo friend was just going through a rough season, needed more support, and didn't know how to maturely communicate. I guess so, but at 26, it's like, I'm going to need you to get a clue. I give more grace on here when people be like the last story, 22, 23. You don't really know what's going on, right? Like, you're 26, bro. Your brain's been developed for a year. You know what's good, bro. Like, there's only but so many scenarios you can get in with people, right? Like, come on now. Been there, it just hurts. Got to be around people who love you like you love them, right? Y'all just like the slander, the August Leos. No, man, shout out to all my Leos. Y'all are okay. Y'all be okay. You'll be okay, girl. But all right, let's get to this next super long story, girl. This one's different. My roommate, the prophet. I'm telling you right now, if I had a roommate saying that they're prophesizing things and stuff, 5150. You are not Jesus. You are not Muhammad. Okay? And if you're Catholic and you prophesizing shit and everything, I'm going to need you to go to the Catholic Church and tell them that you're doing miracles or something, because the prophet is crazy. Like, that's a different type of narcissism and grandiose thinking. I can't. And we got receipts for this one, too. Here, let me pull up the first one just so I got it ready, because this is crazy. Oh, hold on. It's not in the right format. Let me format these pictures real quick. Quick actions. turn into a JPEG, please. Thank you. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Why does iPhone do that? What is that type of file called? HEIC? Like, what the hell? There it go. Like, what even is that? Is that like a PDF type file? I don't know. Sorry, y'all. I'm nerding out a little bit. Okay. Got the first receipt up. Making sure the names are censored. All right. Hey, Naja and Tribe. Hey, girl. I had said in the... Oh, make sure you guys like the stream. We're starting a new story. So make sure you guys like the stream. Double tap on TikTok. Okay. Hey, Naja and Tribe. I had said in the story about the 4 Musketeers and how one of them laid all over my pillow without washing her behind. If you guys remember that story. I am a Virgo sun, Aries moon, and Capricorn rising. Shout out to all my Virgo, Aries, and Capricorns. So for context, I mentioned before that I moved from, I'm not going to say your information, but let's just say they attend school outside of their home state. During my first semester back on campus, I had a foreign roommate from Ghana. Okay. I thought she was kind of weird, but I also knew it was her first time in America. She was alone, and she probably felt weird living with a stranger, and I couldn't fault her for that. When we went to winter break and I was living in the freshman dorms as a transfer student, they had forced everyone to completely pack up their rooms for winter break, which was odd because the school that I went to in the past didn't make us do that. So come at the end of January to move back in, I had to bring everything that wasn't much because I had recently moved and all my stuff, blah, blah, blah. So when I walked into my room, I was confused because my bed was occupied, and I realized my old roommate must have gone back home because there was a new girl in my room. What's crazy about this girl is she had the same exact face as my twin flame back home, and that was so insane to me. So I kind of felt a little drawn to her, and I found out that she was also a foreign student from Nigeria. Okay. And I told her how I'm from a different state, so we bonded over it being winter and us not being used to the cold. So, Tribe, I'm not going to lie. It took me only a week to realize this girl was not normal. Like, something was wrong. I felt bad at first for judging her as soon as I met her, but once again, my intuition never fails me. All right? When I first walked back into our room, I noticed that she didn't have a lot of things, of course, because you can only travel with so much. But I kid you not, this girl had at least 5 Bibles and 5 journals. When I saw that, I decided that maybe it's best for me to be a little bit calmer around her because I could say that sometimes I'm a little rowdy and I got a little bit of a mouth on me. So I was closely watching what I said around her out of respect. That night, I went to dinner with her in the cafe and she just talked about how funny the people from the area are. I'm thinking it's all fun and jokes, but I could tell by her responses that she was judging Black Americans hard. It was very weird. She was making fun of the way we dress, we talk, and saying that we're ghetto and uneducated, talking about how dreads are disgusting and dirty. Oh my God. Things you would not expect someone attending an HBCU to say. At first, we're having normal moments, normal convos. Then I slowly started noticing odd things. So I'm a smoker, and it's cold as hell outside, but I refuse to smoke in the dorm and get a fine. So I would thug it out and put on the puffer and go outside. One day I stepped out to smoke and I came back to see her vacuuming. You think that's normal and not a problem, right? The vacuum was mine and was inside my closet. So this girl had to dig all through my stuff to get the vacuum. I was high as hell, so I was still trying to piece it together, but I did not forget about this. So the next day I called my mom while she was free and I explained the scenario to her. And one thing about my mom, she does not play. She gets down. She told me verbatim, that girl is in that room going through your shit. Mama is not lying. Like, clocked. Like, what? She up in there while you out living your life. She is in the house going through your stuff. And I'm not surprised that she has these type of thoughts about African Americans. Unfortunately, a lot of people that are Black that are not from here have all these weird stereotypes and all this shit, not knowing the sole reason that yo Nigerian ass is even allowed to be at this university is through the plight of Black Americans. Like, throughout, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's very misinformed, I guess, when people have that take of, oh, Black Americans don't have culture, African Americans don't have culture, African Americans are ghetto, African Americans are this, African Americans are that. But you want to put a 24 piece and a quick weave in your head now, but you want long nails, but you want all these fluorescent color weaves and stuff. Oh, but it's not a weave, they're extensions. Like, you get what I'm saying? I always, whenever people say that around me, and because I am ethnically Caribbean and I'm mixed, and I'm light skinned, so people will test the waters with me and try to say certain shit to me. I've heard it all. Like how Kai Cenat be talking, like, oh, I'm Haitian. Where are you from? Oh, you don't know where you're from. Those red flag ass people, very uneducated people. I don't like people like that. Like, I don't. Because it's like, the only reason that you have the freedom to say these crappy takes is because African Americans did the civil rights. They did all this stuff. And you're just going to dumb it down to that. It's just very crazy to me. But yeah, mama clocked it. That girl is going through your shit. So I was being cool and talking to her because I thought she was cool people, even though she was going through your shit. Sunday morning rolls around and she's listening to her church service out loud on the computer. I literally have my headphones on, so I don't even notice what she's watching until I realize she's watching the pastor from drone footage. She was watching some mega church from the drone. I didn't really care because that's none of my business, but I did think it was weird how she had headphones but was deciding not to use them. So minding my business, actually catching up on old tribe teas. And she comes up to me all stiff and hands me a stack of note cards. Long story short, it was like 4 note cards, front and back. I got the note cards, if y'all want to see them. Here, hold on. I got the note cards. Like, girl, why are you writing me stuff? Like, what do you want from me, girl? What is this? And I could barely read it on the screen. What does this mean? Hold on, I'm about to like really look and see. She says, hi, good morning, or whatever time you receive this. I think you already know that I'm Christian, and that's okay. Jesus has sent me to you because he wants you and he loves you to the point that he died for you. Why, you may ask? So that you can be free from those things that trouble you. Another card. Good morning, dear. Jesus sent me to you, and that's the truth, to proclaim his blessings of your life, to turn your trials into triumphs, to turn your sickness into health. The kingdom of God is real on earth. Jesus took our information to the cross and will take it from your life. Romans 10:9. All right, I'm off to class. Bye. And this is Romans 10:9 if you didn't know. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. It's that simple, actually. Just talk to him today and even cry to him if you like. He's here with us today, and this is what he told me to tell you. If you're ready to give your life to Christ, just text me. Here's my number. Honestly, I just would have said thank you and then just like left it alone. And then if she kept talking to me about my faith after that, then she would have got cussed out. Then she would have got exactly what she wanted. Cause, she said, Naja, I promise you, as soon as I read it, I thought about how my mom said she was going through my stuff. And like God said, thou shalt not steal, girl. That's what he said. So God did not tell percent went through my desk. I had my iron pill that I was barely taking, and I'm almost certain she saw the bottle and Googled it. One night while we were trying to go to sleep, it was literally snowing outside, but the AC in the dorms wasn't working, so it was hot as hell while everyone was sleeping. I was tossing and turning because it was hot. This bitch gonna tap me, and I swear I almost jumped out the bed. I had been sleeping face the wall, so I have no idea how she was standing there watching me for. She said she was sorry for scaring me, but noticed I wasn't able to sleep. And I just wanted to scream, what the hell, girl? Are you watching me sleep? So I started to feel weird about things. I couldn't even get myself to sleep at night because I was scared she was going to be standing over me. I did not trust her at all. A few more times of her saying weird stuff about things I didn't tell her, and more of me speculating she's definitely going through my stuff. Oh my gosh. I was hanging out with some other girls and we were smoking outside, and my roommate walked past the building and she was looking at me very disappointed. Like, girl, boo, I'm grown. I was 21 at the time, and weed is 100% legal here. I was not about to let a 17, 18-year-old make me feel bad about anything. She was kind of looking at me weirdly and started acting weirder after that. She's still leaving me notes and stuff. One morning, I woke up to a note that was on top of my iPad. And one thing about the notes is that she was trying to recruit me. Here, I have another one. Hold on, I got another one of these cards. I'm like, girl, leave me alone. Let's see. Like, what is this, girl? Why are you messing with me? Let's see. The Lord speaks to everyone, but it's only those that are his children that can hear him properly. I love you and I want the best for you. Jesus healed me from a mental illness that nearly made me run mad, and he can heal your iron deficiency too. Ooh. Or whatever it is that troubles your heart. Come to him and get him to take care of you in your life. Accept Jesus. He's knocking on the doors of your heart. Let him in and let him take over. Jesus loves you. Okay, whenever you're ready. Girl. At this point, I would need to go. I would need to change my dorm. What was odd about this is I really didn't care if she was a hardcore Christian, because I am also Christian, which I have told her multiple times. I'm just not heavily into the organized religion aspect. I gave the impression that she was either trying to pressure me or scare me into getting closer to God, maybe. And baby, it do not work that way. You can fear the rapture all you want, but I am living my life to the fullest. Like, when I told my mom and grandparents about this, they were pissed. My grandparents are both active preachers, and my mom is an ordained minister. So it's not that I don't know anything about my religion. My family just lets me freely be myself. And honestly, I feel like that's the best way to do it. Tell your kids about God. Tell your children about God. Tell your children about religion. Like, I feel like living in America, which is Christian dominated, you need to let people know about Santa Claus and Jesus and shit, because we're in America, right? But forcing your kids to do what you want to do, like putting them into ministry school or whatever the hell they're doing, ain't gonna make them more Christian or guarantee a spot in heaven, you know? Like, so I feel your people for being irritated, because it's like, girl, I'm still stuck on the drone footage, right? You watching church from the drone. Oh my gosh. My mom was mainly pissed because she loved for me to get more into church with her, and she didn't want some random girl from a foreign country scaring me into living the lifestyle. I started to feel like I was living with a Jehovah's Witness. After about a week and a half of living with her, I got fed up and woke up to like the 4th or 5th set of note cards telling me I need to change my ways. Here's the other one. Like, girl, leave me alone. What is this, a diary? Like, does she have a diary? Like, what? What is this? Bro, just the way she's writing is gagging me. Like, girl, what? She said, first off, I had Sunday service, online version, of course. It was a prophetic and Thanksgiving service. I enjoyed every bit of it, although I was shy because my roommate was in the room, but the Lord helped me overcome that. After service, I gave my roomie a salvation note, inviting her to the kingdom of God, and thank God she was receptive to it and opened up to me about her little sickness. Her little sickness? Iron deficiency is very serious. Talking about little sickness. That's crazy. bro, what are you talking about? I'm telling you. Yeah, she said, thank God she was receptive to it and opened up to me about her little sickness. Although I don't think she's ready to give her life completely, that's fine. The important thing is that she's heard the gospel. So now I'll pray her into giving her life. Simple. You said, as a fellow Nigerian, I'm not surprised. No, for real. Like, come on now. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do something real quick. That's kind of important. It has to do with my damn... I told y'all this motherfucker... Well, there's a motherfucker trying to sue me. So, like, I'm trying to keep up with the case. Hold on. I'll tell y'all in a second. Like, bro. But, yeah, bro. I got somebody trying to fucking... They're trying to... Oh, my gosh. Okay, so just like... What is it called? TLDR? Long story short type of deal. Y'all can go look at it on my Naja and Daniel channel. I have it, like, pinned or whatever. This man is trying to sue me because he doesn't like my opinion. He went viral in a video and I reacted to the video. He doesn't like my opinion. He's trying to drag me to court physically, and they're like, I don't have to go physically. And now he's just throwing a little temper tantrum, but it kind of just is what it is. Like, you're not about to get a dime from me. And you could waste all your money on lawyer fees, girl. But yeah, sorry about that interruption. I just don't want to get caught slipping. So, damn, she's still going. What more is there to say about this? So I was reading her little journal, and I don't blame you for reading her journal because she was going through your stuff, so fuck it. She was writing about how she could see I'm a godly woman, but I'm not ready to give my life to Christ. Like, if I'm being 101% honest, I was more scared of her than anything. She came back a day later, so excited to see me, but girl, I was hot. I took a moment in the bathroom to breathe. And I clicked the record button on my phone, walked out, and started reading her for filth. The girl was literally shaking when I addressed her. I told her that she's disrespectful, not only to my belongings, but my faith, and she was delusional, thinking that she was going to convert me into whoever she wants me to be. She tried to act like she didn't know what I was talking about when I said that she was acting entitled to my belongings, and it just made me read her harder. Damn. The only thing she could say is, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought it was our stuff. I'm not going to lie. I told her I was going to beat oh my God, I told her she was going to beat her up. I also told her that I already filed a report on her and I signed a form to get my room switched. Oh my gosh. For the next week or so, we just had tension and I had to wait for the room swap to begin so I could move. And I was on a mission to make her as uncomfortable as possible. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like you're low-key like affirming her judgment of you. Like girl, I don't know. So now I'm in the room openly smelling like za, playing GTA, blasting NBA Youngboy, and she was judging me so hard, but who cares? Honestly, it was just me doing petty stuff. She did weird things like leave the window open when it was pouring rain so the rain would get all over my freaking dresser. Damn. The entire time she played victim and acted as if she didn't understand what she was doing and made it seem like I was irrationally angry at her. No, I get it. Like, she did pick and prod and all of that shit. But what she's going to do, and you know this as somebody who's been in Christian spaces, they're going to act like you are persecuting them based on their faith. So she, in her brain, she's like, oh my God, the devil is taking over. Like, you get what I'm saying? So they moved out. And it's now a year later, and I see her sometimes. I'm not sure if she sees me, but who cares? Hopefully she found some friends that align with her and not people she's looking to convert. I don't really need advice, but honestly, Tribe, Can you tell me, was I being an a-hole or not? I know for sure blasting the NBA young boy every time she stepped in the room was dead wrong. But I feel like at the end of the day, I showed her exactly who she thought I was. And to be honest, I don't even listen to him like that. She just constantly talked about how Black Americans are so ghetto. So I show her some ghetto shit. I do kind of feel bad for the way I acted because I'm grown now and I'm not as hot-headed as I used to be. And yeah, bruh, it was a mess. Love you, tribe. No, she said I would still whip her ass for shitting on Black Americans, and I definitely considered it. Here's a pic of me at the time. I was so tea for her to be comparing me to other people. And I also attached all the cards. Here, let's see. Oh, you were a baby. You were a little tot. You were a little girl. Man, look. Do I think you were the asshole? No, I think you were just petty. I mean, I guess you were an asshole in the sense of like you purposely were being, you know. But I'm glad you didn't put your hands on her. I'm glad that you didn't get your academic situation put at risk by being reactory. Like, it could have went way worse, right? So I'm glad that it didn't. But yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong. Petty, yes, but like detrimental, not really. Let's see, what y'all got to say? Y'all said you don't think she was in the wrong, but she definitely fed into the girl stereotype. That's what I said. I was like, do you think that, you know, that helped? Or, you know, but then now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, so what? Fuck what that bitch think. Fuck what she think. Like, fuck what she thinks. That's what I'm like, was it petty? Yeah. I mean, if you want to look at asshole in that sense, sure. But I don't think you were just like the aggressor or the problem starter. Does that make sense? My college dorm mate never flushed the toilet, but that's nothing in comparison to this. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you didn't fight her because I feel like she would have called the police. I do too. It seems like she was trying to find a way to feel superior to you and tried to control you with religion. I agree. I don't see why she didn't just go to like a Christian campus or something. Like, so then it would be way more people that are Christian base, bare minimum, right? But then there's also going to be another select people that have similar views as you do with, you know, watching Sunday service, taking notes, converting people. You get what I mean? But yeah, looking down on Black Americans and then coming to America and HBCU at that is insane. But yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, okay? Make sure you guys are liking the stream. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Make sure you double tap. And we're about to get into the last story. Let me know in the comments what you would do in that situation if you were dormed with somebody who you're Christian and they're assuming that you're not Christian and they're just doing like all this crap. No, for like, why would you go to a HBCU where people are doctors, lawyers, and they're bumping NBA YoungBoy? Scientist bumping NBA YoungBoy. Like, huh? Anyway, let's get into this last story, guys. Tribe T, my acquaintance from hell. These acquaintances. Ooh, this one long. Let's get into it. There's no receipts on this one. Hey, Naja and Tribe. Hey, friend. I hope this is all is well with everyone. I'm back with another story to add where I left off last time. I sent in a Tribe T back in like December, January. Girl, that was last year. I was still friends with a high school friend and was listing off a bunch of the red flags I clocked through our friendship. The first one being she always insisted I was an acquaintance. I remember this. I know you ain't coming back to complain more about this girl when we told you to leave her ass alone. I know. You did not just send me in this book. What? We've already heard about this girl. What more? What more? Huh? I saw some people commenting about her mom had to be a narc as well. And yes, she is. Her mom is like Ash Trevino. Oh my gosh. And only dates men that are inmates. This is the behavior. This behavior had taken a toll on Kelsey. That's the friend. When growing up, because she would tell me about how much it bothered her. And she would literally cry and beg her mom to not deal with these men. Her mom only paid attention to her when she wasn't in a relationship. Damn. Anyways, I wanted to just build up off the last story and give you guys the situations that led up to me eventually leaving the miserable girl alone. Ooh, I feel so bad, sis, but a part of me is like, I feel like you writing this was therapeutic for you, and I'm glad that it was. But we already know how this ended. Like, does that make sense? Like, you've already written in before saying that it was over with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we need to go and spin the block on this. How do y'all feel about that? Because I don't want to say like you wasted your time writing the story. I feel like this was probably very therapeutic for you based off of how long it is. But it's like, I personally don't need more of why. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Or am I being harsh and I should read it? Because like, I'm like, girl, you literally is writing all this stuff. Like, huh? No, this is definitely a prequel. Like, ma'am, I don't know, friend. I don't know. Oh, this one has receipts. I was looking for another one. I might just save that for another day, like if we're doing updates. But I'm like, girl, really? Really, girl? What's this one? Ooh. Clingy friend or DL pocketbook bumper? Girl, what? Oh, these have receipts. I'm going to have to save this for next time because we're at the end of the stream. I'm trying to find a different one, y'all. Yeah, because I'm like, girl, I remember that story. Like, we don't need more. I believe you, girl. I believe you, okay? Damn, a lot of these are long with receipts. So I'm trying to just find like a little short, cute one. Nobody don't want to be sending them short, little cute tribe teas anymore. Those are low-key my favorite. When somebody just be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is how long it happened. What do you think? I'm like, oh, okay. That's easy. But y'all got, what is this? Okay, update. Do. Okay, let's read this one. Let's read this one. This one is called Sister Problems. Okay? All right. Sister Problems. This one is a little on the shorter side. It said, trigger warning, there is some mention of essay, so I'm going to do my best to censor it, okay? All right. Hey, Naja. Hey, Fran. You can call me Princess. Aw. I have some advice, and I just need to vent. I have some advice, or I need some advice? Is it I need some advice, and I just have to vent, or I have some blah, 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 blah? You get what I'm saying? I wrote in a couple years ago, OMG, about my sister as well. The one where she would leave the house in the middle of the night and her kids would ask me where she's at. Oh my God. And how she kept coming back home because her exes would do some crazy stuff. Not your sister got the babies asking where the mom's at. Oh my God. Damn. That's that hurt. So I don't know about y'all, but I don't remember the initial one, but that just like struck me. So since I emailed you, it was okay things were okay with us for a couple years. I got my car and license, but I've still been living with my mom. Things have been on and off with my mom ever since I got with my girlfriend of 3 years, but that's a whole different story for another day, girl. I am now 25. My sister is 30 and she's been with her ain't shit boyfriend for a couple months now. They met at my cousin's wedding, who ironically married his cousin. Oh, okay. Okay, so the boyfriend's cousin married y'all cousin. Okay, I thought y'all were all cousins. Because that's where hey now. So, secondly, okay, so ever since she introduced him, I've been weirded out. First, when I met him was a family cookout. I noticed him staring at me all the time, to the point where my girlfriend mentioned how he would also stare at me. Excuse me? Why is your man staring at me and you see him staring and that's okay? I would go upstairs just anywhere, and it kept happening. Him just keep looking at me. But when I'm with my girlfriend, he wouldn't look or talk to me. Secondly, I didn't know this at the time, but he was my niece's basketball coach, but I noticed he was touching her knees when I asked her to come here to make sure she's okay and uncomfortable or not. He looked at me and immediately left and went outside. Me and my girlfriend thought that was suspicious. So from those two interactions, we never liked him, to the point where we called him a nickname. We're going to call him the Ant. Oh, y'all probably called him a roach. Cause what do you mean the Ant? Like, let's be real. Y'all called him a bug. Y'all called him a roach. Y'all called him a skeeter or something. And we've never said this to his face though. So one day there was an argument between my mom and my sister, and for some unknown reason, he mentioned me just randomly. And my mom tells me, and I just wanted to know why he mentioned me, girl. I tell you, it took a left turn. He started bucking at me saying, "Oh, I've been waiting to get at you." A grown man? Been waiting to get at me? Hello? My girlfriend jumped in because at this point, he's yelling at me for no reason. My sister literally had to hold him back and tell him to stop. Not once has she told me sorry for what happened or anything. All I heard from her saying to him is, "Listen to me. I'ma always be there for you. If they want to be weird, let them be. They're just miserable." Bitch, why don't you go be a mother to your fucking kids? Talking about we're miserable, but your man over here foaming at the fucking mouth. What? We're still not talking to each other at this point. It's even to the point where the kids don't talk to me or my girlfriend either. Now that's sad. Before any of this started, I told him why I didn't like him. And my mom said, "I think you're just sensitive because of what happened to you." Trigger warning, I was essayed by my ex, but they just brushed off the part where I said he keeps staring at me. I don't know, because I don't blame you for being cautious, because this is a new man. Your sister has shown to be not that responsible and very male-centered. I doubt she would give a damn if that man was doing something to her kids. And she even gives me the vibe that she would probably say the girl is jealous or something. Like, she's just weird. The girl said, okay, so blah, blah, blah. So not to mention, the guy was dating another girl while with my sister, and the girl went to the house to clarify some things. The girl said he forced her into being intimate with him whenever they're drunk. And my sister told me and my mom that the girl was lying. Bitch, you were not with them when that happened, so you don't know who was lying. I hate when people do that. Like, you weren't even there. They drink all the time, and he's never did that to her. He's 29, and at the time, she was 23. Oh, no, he's 29, and the ex-girlfriend was 23. My parents wanted to sit down and have a convo with her, and I brought up how what she said hurt me, talking about the sister. She just said, "Okay, and I'm done fucking with you. You will never see me again. Bye." What the fuck? She said, "You don't help me out with the kids anymore, so I don't view you as a sister." I didn't know that was my job. I didn't know that I popped them kids out and made the decision. Like, huh? Once again, we stopped talking to each other. I did. She kept saying, "Hey," but I feel like you can't say those harsh words and then just try to pick up where you left off, right? My parents kept trying to get me to talk to her and to squash everything, but I honestly can't at this point. Just a few days ago, her and her man got into a really big fight to the point where the kids had to get involved because they love their mom so much, and he pushed them. Oh my God. He's an alcoholic and likes to drink a lot, and he wants to use my sister's car because he doesn't have one because he has 3 DUIs, and she said no. What the fuck? And this is the dude that your sister is dating? Oh, wow. 3 DUIs and you still want to get behind a damn wheel? You're going to kill somebody. She, of course, took him back after kicking him out of their apartment, and he wanted to take her out to dinner. My parents were out of town, and me and my brother said no. We didn't want any company over, and she still arrived anyway. And as I was telling her this, while she was walking back to her car, she kept smirking and just shrugging her shoulders. Eventually, she came back and knocked on my window and said, "Tell them what you told me." And I just said, "Me and my brother didn't want company right now." And she smirked and said, "Y'all heard that from her mouth, right?" And something about this is the type of shit I'm talking about. So I'm upset, crying, because her doing that, I felt like she wanted me to prove to her kids that I'm a bad aunt or person, which it worked, because my parents are mad at me also and want me to apologize, but yet never tell her to apologize to me. So I want to cut them off completely. Should I? Me and my girlfriend are moving soon. Hopefully, we'll be in our own place before you read this. Am I wrong for doing that? So she did send an update, but before we get into that, I just want to check in with you guys. So, honestly, I'm going to just keep it a bean. I'm going to just tell you exactly how I feel. Shame on your parents for coddling your sister, being in this abusive relationship and putting her own children at risk. There are certain sacrifices that family members make in order to be in their children, relatives' lives, right? So I could see from their perspective, they're thinking, the person that wrote in, they said their name is Princess. "Oh, Princess, you're making things hard. We're never going to see the babies again because of what you said to your sister." Like, your sister is using the babies as a pawn, right? If we're being real, somebody needs to step up for them kids. Somebody does. Somebody needs to step up for them kids. I don't think it's fair for it to be you. This person has shown that they do not respect you at all. I don't think it's fair that it has to be you. You get what I'm saying? But somebody needs to step in, because I'm telling you right now, a stranger is going to see how the environment these kids are in. CPS is going to get involved. DCF, whatever you call it, is going to get involved. It looks better on paper showing that there are family members trying to give these kids a better life. But I get the vibe that your parents are done being parents and they don't want to have the thing full time, right? Have the role or the responsibility of parent full time. However, your sister is scary, bro. Like, she is a pick me to the next level. You said baby is 30 years old and you got this drunk alcoholic man driving your whip, scaring your kids. And now you're reinstilling to the kids, oh, look, they don't even want to be around you. I know those kids feel horrible. And I don't blame you for wanting to be like, you know what? I'm done. Because that's a lot. It's a lot. No, seriously, and he's going to kill somebody. He's talking about 3 DUIs. Sir, you have a problem. So here's the update. Oh, no, she asked, okay, should you apologize? I would not apologize to that lady. I would apologize for the kids that they're constantly involved in shit. I would apologize to the children. Mama not getting no apology from me. And I agree. I think she's drinking with that man too. Because there's no way you can be in a relationship with somebody that does a substance and not do the substance. And because if you aren't doing the substance and they are doing the substance, they're going to go outside. So it's all like a power and control thing, right? Update. I apologize to the kids. T. Since I already felt like I was a bad aunt to begin with, And everyone else was telling me I was in the wrong. And my parents are disappointed in me for doing that. It was weighing a lot on me. So when I picked him up from school, my nephew is 8 and he said he wasn't mad, but my niece is 13 and I think she still is because she was hesitant at first, but still decided to say no. I have to keep picking them up from school and I decided not to pick them up, just my brother, because I feel like I'm helping someone that doesn't want to apologize. I'm still in the wrong though from my parents. They don't understand why I'm punishing my niece and nephew for something my sister did. But I'm not punishing them, I don't think. So it's really complicated because you don't want to make kids suffer just to get back at the parent. Like you don't want to mess up a child's routine. So if the kid's routine is you picking them up from school and you agreed to that, I would keep picking them up from school. Like that's not their fault. And that girl being 13, she's not going to like you. Like you might want to, because she's already genetically being set up to not like her mom, because that's just how teenagers are. She's going to need somebody. And having an aunt or an uncle, like growing up for me personally, yeah, like I'm sure my mom pissed my uncles off at some point, but they never left me hanging, because my mom pissed them off. So you're not really proving a point to anybody by not picking up the kids. If anything, you're proving that drunk asshole and your sister right. You know what I mean? No, for real. Talking about this shit is very complicated. Very complicated. I'm still in the wrong in my parents' eyes, but I'm not punishing them, I don't think. My dad also wants me to apologize to her as well for saying that to her kids, but I didn't, because I didn't say anything to her. I forgot to mention, my sister knew before I told her about how her boyfriend was looking at me by my girlfriend, and she agreed with my girlfriend saying, yeah, that's weird, you're not supposed to be looking at my sister, but still got back with him. We're moving into our own apartment by the end of this month, and I'm just ready for a fresh start because I think I've also been a yes man to them for the longest. Always watching the kids despite everything they've said and done to me over the past years, and now that I finally have a voice of saying no, it's a problem. Thanks for reading this and congrats on the new house. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you all the luck in your moving endeavors as well. All right. Boundaries. We need to establish some boundaries here, okay? I'm pretty sure you like your niece and nephew and you like being around them and you like spending time with them, right? We just need to establish some boundaries. If you're picking them up from school Monday through Friday, I'm sorry, I'm not watching your kids on the weekend so that you could go and get drunk with your boyfriend. Absolutely not. I would even talk to your parents and get a schedule around like if you're really going to be a village to this extent, right? Now, this is what I don't get. Why can't your sister take care of her kids? That's the confusing thing with me, because I get having a village. I'm part of a village as well. But there are boundaries in place, because I'm also a child-free adult. Like, if I wanted to live a certain lifestyle, I would do it. You get what I'm saying? I purposely don't want to live a certain lifestyle at this time. So why am I taking care of your kids more than you? Why is the mom not being a mom? Because if you're picking the kids up Monday through Friday, that's basically like daycare, right? What more do they need from you? What more do they need from you? That's what I'm saying. Like, what more? And then if your parents want to blame you, it's giving your parents are trying to guilt you into doing it because they don't want to do it, which is fucked up. And I will call their card. I will pull their card with that one. I'm like, bro, y'all just don't want to. And it's multiple kids, right? Like, stop fucking having kids. And I agree. I think she's drunk too. Because what do you mean? Like, why do you have all this time? Like, you better be working 12-hour shifts every day. Because what do you mean? Huh? Yeah, I don't think that you're wrong, but I would definitely establish boundaries, right? Now, this is some cutthroat shit I'm about to tell you right now, okay? This is not something that I would do personally, but this is some cutthroat shit that you are entitled to. You could just cut everything off. You really could. Give yourself a breather. Cut everything off. Go be with your girlfriend, because I'm sure your girlfriend is tired of sharing you with your sister. Go be with your girlfriend. Go start your own family. I don't know. Like, like go buy a puppy or something. Like, go do you. Go live you, right? And as somebody who is an auntie to multiple people, one thing that I had to realize is that no matter what I do or like what I perceive as like oh my God, they'll never let me see the baby again. It's false. It's just all in your head. It's just like a fear of like, it's not real because she needs you. Even though you over here beefing and all this shit, she's still expecting you to pick up them damn kids. So don't let that manipulation get to you. Some people just explain to the kids like, hey, auntie loves you. Whenever whenever me and you want to do something, maybe like a family event or maybe like go on a trip or something, right? But being a parent is a lot of work, and it seems like your sister just keeps throwing it on you, and then your parents are like, oh, well, we don't want to do it. And it's like, bro, what? That girl needs you, right? She needs you. Yup, and as soon as that dude's gone, she's probably gonna move right back in with y'all people. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't blame you to choose you. But you got to remember, these are kids. So even though like we're viewing this as like a little bullshit thing, this is like a core memory for them, right? So you just want to make sure you're being honest. Like, that's your perk by not being the mom or the dad. You're auntie. You're like a friend. Be real with them. Like, hey, I'm not going to be able to, pick y'all up as much. I'm going through a change. Y'all are more than welcome to come to my new apartment. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to watch y'all every damn weekend. I'm going to pick y'all up from school, and that's that. Like me, I probably see my niece like once a week for like an hour. That's all she needs. Because like her little brain, that's a big, to her. But to us working people, that ain't shit, right? Picking up the kids from school, that's probably like a 45-minute ordeal. And yes, I do agree. If she says you can't see the kids, tell her, girl, you gonna call me before I call you. And she will. Just don't let them people scare you. And I know that holding that shit is over your parents' head as well. I call BS. I don't think you're wrong. I just feel like the delivery, societally objecting when you're in a village, it usually don't go right. Like, not to put y'all too much into my personal life or whatever. Hey, my husband's home, girl. But I had something like that in my family, and one relative was like, oh, well, you got to take care of my kid because you're this to them. Like, you're this family name. And they're like, bro, I did not decide to have a child. Like, and that just be what it is, But yeah, that's all I got for today, y'all. Kids do just like the effort, just showing the effort, right? Being consistent. Kids love consistency and order. So that whole picking up from school thing, I could see how that would, really ruffle feathers for a kid. Because it's like, if I'm getting picked up on my auntie every day, I know what to expect. I know that it's not going to be no drunk man in the front seat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, no, for real, you need to call Yanti. You need to call Yanti ASAP. Okay. But all right, y'all, that is all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed these extra long stories. If you would like your story on Tribe Tea, all you have to do is email me at tribetea@shopvoodoochild.com. Remember to censor your receipts, please. Thank you to everyone that sent in a story. Make sure you guys leave some advice in the comments below if you've been through something similar, just to help some people out. What else? We're doing our podcast early this week. So we're going to be going live tomorrow on Thursday. So if any of you guys are available on Thursday night, that will be a treat for you. And then we're going to be posting these snippets on, I'm sure, either Friday or Saturday. I'm not really sure, but we're going to go to EDC, girl. So we're going to have some fun this weekend, but we got to do our business first. Okay. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys later, okay? Thank you to everybody that wrote in. Again, I really appreciate you guys. Be safe. Ooh, not Spody trying to run outside, girl. All right, bye guys. Bye.